Hello, friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel Simply Stocks. And today it's Sunday, and it is the question answer time. So let's look at what are the questions that have come in, and let's understand what has happened in the market over the last week. So let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation. People taking any position into any share that I talk about should do that with their own due diligence and research, and I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. Before I take up the questions that have come in from all the viewers, I want to talk about the small cap index, which has moved for the first time in a manner it has done over the last 1 week, since probably in the last 2 years. So, what has happened is the small cap index has totally outperformed the market, and many small caps or stocks have risen 10 to 30% in this week. And it has been across the board from all the sectors. The small cap stocks have been going up, and I have been telling this for a long time that the small cap and mid cap index is primed for a big up move and you should invest, and probably from 2020 onwards we'll see a move in the small and mid cap for a couple of years at least, and that has what has started. And I believe that there are informed players who are moving into broader markets rather than still sticking with the large caps, and we could see a fall in the nifty and the large cap stocks. Not quite a capitulation, but a relative fall of 8 to 10% is expected there. We could see 11,000 levels in nifty at least in the next couple of months, and we could see the small cap index still gaining traction over time. And then people would understand that okay, money has shifted or is starting to shift. And I'm just telling you that if you want to make fresh positions into stocks, better to look for good solid mid and small caps rather than looking at large cap stocks. It is a simple valuation play. Currently the valuations of small caps and mid caps, especially since the beginning of this year, the valuations were very skewed towards the large caps, and nobody was looking at mid and small cap, and now we are seeing the traction happening in the latter. uh, the quality mid cap stocks are moving, and this is a positive sign. It is not that the Lancos or the other infra or IVRCL etc are moving, or the single digit stocks are moving. These are very good mid and small cap companies that are moving, which are producing very good results, or corporate announcements which are very positive for these companies. So look at those companies, and I believe that the party has just begun, and probably we'll see over the next couple of years that the small cap index may end up scaling new highs, that is going past 20,000 to 80 levels by say in the next couple of years, if not this year. Now about the questions. So the questions that have come in from the viewers, let's take them. So Prince Agarwal has asked a view on GC Ventures. Well, interesting company GC Venture is, and I remember in 2015 when Bajaj Finance started moving up, and everybody started talking about this company Bajaj Finance, GC Ventures, and some other like Capital First and many other, you would say, financial companies started moving up, and GC Ventures really did exceptionally well between the second half of 2015 till 2017, and moved to a high of 120 rupees. Then it had a fall, a major fall, etc. The company is decent, that they are into infrastructure building or housing, etc., and they are into loans as well, and so finance as well, and so on and so forth. uh, but I need to go through the details and then put up a video. Surely in the coming weeks I'm going to put up a video on GC Ventures. Now Jaya Bharti has asked about a video in Venati Organics and Kaveri Seeds, and there have been a lot of requests about video on Venati Organics. I'll surely do Venati Organics as soon as possible I get time. I'll do Venati Organics. As far as Kaveri Seeds is concerned, I've always believed that it is a trading play, and what you can do is probably buy during Feb March and probably sell around July, and it is kind of an agricultural play rather than investing into it, because there are issues with corporate governance, there are issues with numbers, There have been things coming up. I'll make a dedicated video on Kaveri seeds as well later on. Uh, Mukund Mahapatra has requested about HDFC, that's Housing Development Financial Corporation, and not HDFC Bank. HDFC is the market leader when it comes to lending in the housing space, and that is why people, when they talk about housing and development, etc., they look at stocks like HDFC. I'm talking of large investors or high net worth individuals, even though the valuations are stretched in the company compared to other housing finance company. But you need to remember that it is probably the least debt company with the least debt and a very good track record, plus a management of HDFC linked to it. So very good stock to buy. Clearly 18 to 20% upside year on year is expected. But if there is a boom in the housing sector, you could see a major up move in HDFC. So yes, you can buy on dips, and always try to buy over a 3 to 6 month period rather than buying straight away the whole lot. Um, Gokul Vishweshwaran has requested about butterfly Gandhimati, an interesting stock that you have picked, Gokul. And this stock did exceptionally well before 2010, and in that bull run of 3 to 7, and even around 2010-11 it did really well, but after that it has gone into some kind of a slumber. This is because the company has not produced the stellar numbers as they were expected from other companies. So I believe that you need to look at the numbers, look at how they perform going forward, and then get into the stock, because the stock has gone through a roller coaster ride over the years, making highs and making very big lows. So I'll definitely make a different dedicated video on butterfly Gandhimati, but for the moment look at the results first that will be coming up, and then go ahead and invest into it. GMM Fodler is the request from Aniruddha. I'll definitely make a video on GMM Fodler. The only thing I can tell you is that it is a good dividend paying stock and a decent company in its space uh, to invest in. Not a lot of you can say stocks trade, so a very liquid stock in that sense, but a very robust company, that whatever I have heard about GMM Fodler. But what I'll do is I'll make another video on it separately. Srinivas Reddy has asked is, how come life insurance companies are good even though margins are 0 to 4%? Well, Srinivasan, what is the margin when it comes to FMCG companies, companies which just sell soaps, detergents, etc.? The margins are even lesser in them, like HUL, Marico, and so on and so forth. Still, they are producing results, or at least HUL, Colgate, etc., have been producing very good results, and the stocks have been going up. What I meant by investing in life insurance, AMC, and other insurance companies is that this is the space that has not done well over the years, and probably uh, every bull run has its own sector that goes up, say 10, 20 times, and other sectors don't go up that much. And perhaps insurance is one space, be it life insurance, be it AMCs, be it general insurance, lending, etc., like Bajaj Finance. This is a sector that looks like is going to take the world by storm, India by storm over the next 10 years. The reason being that India has not been a country where they invest a lot. They save a lot, but they don't invest, and probably that is going to change over the next decade or so. And that is where I'm pinning my hopes of even life insurance doing well, because not many people still go for life insurance in the private sector at the moment. So after the question on life insurance companies, as I explained, there's a query from Shiva Kumari, and she has asked about a video on Bodal Chemicals. I surely make a video on Bodal Chemicals. It's just gone out of my mind. I could not note that last time around. You had requested for this stock as well. Uh, I'll make a video on Bodal Chemicals in the coming weeks for sure. Other questions that have come in, can you make a video on Dishman Carborundum and Decal is from Shiva Kumari. Dishman Carborundum is a very good stock to invest into, but I have not looked at the numbers lately over the last three quarters, so probably I'll make another dedicated video on that. Decal, I have to look at how the company is. I don't remember because I did see the stock, but I don't remember at the moment, so I'll go through the details and let you know. D. Prasanna Saru has asked about Bear Crop Sciences and a view on it. Very good company, good dividend yield, a strong management, have performed well during the time when agricultural stocks did well, like Escorts, etc. Mahindra and Mahindra have been on a downturn over the last couple of years because of the agricultural growth slowing down and there's lesser demand of uh, such products or fertilizers, etc. I believe a very good company to invest for 8 to 10 years. I'll definitely make a different video or a separate video on the same. uh, Muhammad Ali, probably MBD Ali, has asked that whether he can buy Whirlpool for the 5 year period. Yes, sure, you can buy Whirlpool for a 5 year period. And probably you've asked that whether it can yield a return so that he can fund his child's education. Well, if you require funding for your child's education, I don't know what kind of an education you're going for, whether it is for schooling or graduation, post graduation, etc. But probably it will give you a return of 17-18% easily year on year over the next 5 years. So you can calculate that. Probably it will become 120 or 130% higher. So you can nearly double your money just over that. You make around 120-130%. And if that is fine with you, that you would need that money, then go ahead and do it, because anything can happen. It might not give such returns and might give lower returns. But just a point on this, that if you want to make money through the stock market and make it for your child's education and everything else, you need to start early, probably when he's born. So if you invest over a 15-year period or 17-year period, you're going to make a lot of money. If you double your money every 3 years, that becomes like 1 lakh becomes like what, 2 4 8 16 lakhs. It's like that, 16x in that period. So you need to start early if you want to do it for your child education or for any purpose that you require, say 10-15 years down the line. That is the best way to invest in the stock market if you need money over a period of after 10 years, 15 years. Moldingham has asked that whether Havels is a very good buy at a 52-week low. Havels is a very good buy at any prices, and if it is at a 52-week low, go ahead and grab it. But again, look at the results. If the results are turning around, then the stock might not move. So wait for the December quarter results and then take a move. Even if you buy at 10-15% higher, there's no harm in buying higher. Uh, Although you will be sure about the stock, rather than buying lower and you are very much hopeful about the stock, because the stock can go even lower. So wait for that, and always invest like 10% on each occasion and invest over a period of 5-6 months. So do an SIP rather than buying all the shares all together. uh, Jack Threeman, two questions from Jack Threeman. Is it right time to invest in NTPC, and will 2020 be the year of mid and small cap? NTPC is a large cap, first of all, Jack Threeman, and I believe that it is a good stock to invest for a good 11-12% return year on year. With the dividend, it can become 14-15%. Yes, and this is a stock to be invested for 20-25 years, and not like you buy and it will go up a lot. But since what has been happening with the government companies, we could expect a big move in NTPC as well. So, taking that into consideration, yes, you can invest at this point of time. Otherwise, I believe that it's better to go ahead with some private firms in consumption to invest in. Will 2020 be the year of mid and small cap? I believe yes, it will be, and I feel it is about time that with the valuations in such a conundrum with respect to how where small and mid cap are and compared to the large caps. It's about time that the skewed environment changes, and those 20-25 stocks that have been going up over the last couple of years uh, might not go up, and the rest of the market would go up. So I'm a firm believer that over the next 2 years, not 2020 but even 2021, would be a big year for small and mid caps. uh, Now, Varun Beverages, and I made a mistake and I put my hand up that yes, Varun Beverages has a lot of debt on its book. Most of its debt that they are using is for working capital, so there's very little long term debt, and that's why I put up that point. But yes, around 2000 crore of debt is with Varun Beverages, but with the kind of support or the backing that the company has with respect to the high net worth individuals and mutual funds, etc., with only 8 to 10% float, I believe it is a very good company to invest into, and the management pedigree is good, as we have seen over the last 2 3 years. But yes, debt is there, and the management needs to curtail debt for sure. So this was my video on the question and answer session for this week, and I'll definitely put up the videos on the your requested stocks over time. Just I'm not getting that much of a time to put up videos every day. Please like and subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon so that you can get my videos straight away when I post it, and kindly help me through Patreon so that it will help me make more better videos on YouTube. Thanks a lot for watching.